Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is First Impressions Friday, so I will be going through my Happy Mail, and I have a bit of Happy Mail this week. um, some things I bought because I wanted to review them, some things I bought because I had a coupon, and some things I bought just because they were pretty. So let's move this stuff out of the way. Let's first of all look at the things that I bought because they were pretty. All right, I don't know why you're all tippy like that. There you go. All right, so of course that's not one. But look at these. I bought them because they were pretty and I had a coupon. They were 75% off. It was like, I think with the coupon it came to $2.99 or $3.99 for all of them. Let me check. I will check because I can. View invoice. So they were $5 for all of them. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16 pens. I think there was 17 because I think I have one out somewhere. Maybe not. I might have put it back. But 16 pens. Yeah. They're all black ink, so I will never run out of pens. Some have gold, rose gold edges, and some have silver. But 16 pens for $5 with the coupon. Score! And they're all so pretty. They're all sparkly. Like, let's see if I can get one out of their package. I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, you can. It's sparkly. They are so glittery. And they make me feel good. And I'm always searching for a pen. And they work really nice, so. Like look at that. Mermaid scales. And I think it's just a little vinyl wrap that they have on it, but it's just so cool. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And I think it works out to like 5 cents, not even 5 cents a pen. So yeah, score. So that was score number 1. Score number 2. I had a coupon. And we're going to see a theme. So I had a coupon. And this is the coolest thing. I thought I could probably use it to take the pages out of my book, which I can. But it's also got a little stapler and a hole punch. So let's play with this for a second. I'm going to take a book and let's see, we'll take what book? We'll take this book. So this is the Holly Jolly Christmas book. And we'll take this little fella. So we'll bend the page down. Then we'll bring the, let's see if I can do this while we're on screen. Lift the page up and slip the little cutty thingy underneath and bring it all the way to the edge of the page. And it just slides right off. Look at that. So this is going to work really well for taking pages out of books. Awesome. Now let's play with this page just a little bit. First of all, let's punch a hole in it. Let's check out the hole punch. So I'm just going to punch a little hole out of it down here at the bottom. So, of course, you probably didn't see that. So, it punches holes. Then we're going to staple it back in the book. So, I'm going to put this back in the book. So, we need to go this way. I don't have enough room on my desk for things. So, we're going to take this and we're just going to put it over here because it uses the page itself to staple. Oh, that wasn't in far enough. You gotta make sure that you're in far enough. And there it is, stapled back in the book. And what it does is it actually crimps it and locks it in. So it cuts it, folds it, and sticks it back in all in one go, so that it is stapled in without using any metal staples. So now that's back in the book. Isn't that cool? Yeah, another gizmo that I had a coupon for. Oh, me and my coupons, I'm telling you. It's the bane of my husband's existence because he'll look at it and go, "What did you buy that for?" Because I had a coupon. And all of the little bits go into there and fill up in there. And they all come out. And it all folds up into a nice, neat little thing and locks in place. And that was, let's see, how much was that one? Yeah, I bought that for 50% off for $10. So, yeah. Awesome. I figure for $10 it's pretty good. Probably could have gotten it cheaper, but for $10 it's pretty good. And I think it's still on the coupon deals. Let me check. It might not be. It was yesterday, but it might not be today. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's not in the coupons today. But it was in the coupons up until yesterday. But when I did the coupons this morning, it wasn't back. So sorry about that. But yeah, it's awesome. I just thought it was the coolest thing. And for the crafters out there that do the cardstock and stuff like that, it does staple through cardstock, and it cuts really nice. So if you're cutting different things, you can just zip and it's done. And it does work better on, like the little stapler, it does work better on thinner paper. Like this is just notebook paper. And it just pops it right through. Holds it all in place. So yeah, that's the other cutesy thing I bought. Shh. Now I have a corner cutter and a stapler. Another thing I bought because I had a coupon. And the coupon is still available on my YouTube community page. The Indra watercolor 60 plus 6. So this is 60 pencils, full pencils, and 6 half pencils. So there's 2 different colors in one pencil, and a paintbrush and a sharpener. And they're an Indra product, and I really enjoy the Indra products. I have their Macaron set, as well as their basic 48 color set as well. The only thing I don't like about the Indra creative products is they have no name or number on them. So I'm going to have to go through, sort this out, and number everything. And yeah, so I'll be doing that at some point in the future. Not today. So that is one of the things that there is a 35% off coupon in the community tab, but I will also paste it in the video for the Indra Creative watercolors, because I will be doing a separate video for that. Another thing that I bought, because I saw somebody bought something like them, that somebody got a set of the watercolors, and they were so pretty. My set came in a pouch. It has its own pouch. And it's a set of 120 colored pencils. And these are called Xenon, or not Xenon, Xenear, Zonear, Xeonear. And I bought them off of Amazon UK, and they arrived. It took a little while to ship. They are not budget friendly. They are a nice looking set of pencils though. And they do have a watercolor set. They do have a smaller set as well as this set. And they're just lovely. And we will be reviewing these on yet another video. So the things that we're going to play with in this video is coming right up. Let me put these away. So I will be putting out 3 videos today. And for all of you that haven't seen it yet, let's see, where did I put it? So that little punchy thing is called a 3-in-1 stapleless stapler. Stapleless stapler. And it has a hole punch as well as a letter opener, and it's Inozoto. It's all in Chinese, but I did get it on Amazon, so I will link it. But it tells you how to use it, and of course it's not in my language, so I couldn't understand it. I'm glad they put pictures because pictures helped. All right, so for those that have not seen it yet, I did sit with Crashes last night on the Discord and finished. I did use a black paint pen as well as a white gel pen for the background, but the entire thing is all finished up. So there is our psychedelic purveyor of potions and his potion pot boiling away there. And I have these on there because I needed the paint to dry flat, otherwise it would curl. But because I put those on there, it didn't curl as bad as it would have, because it was curling pretty bad. But you know, the paper is nice and toothy, but it is a Amazon production paper. I will be cutting this out now that I got my cutter, and putting it in a folder. So yes, that is the completed Mystical Lands of Kelswitch picture. Now, are you ready? Are you ready? What we will be looking at today is the Brutfuner 50 Macaron colors. The reason why I bought these is because somebody asked me to review them and compare them to the other Macaron colors that I have, such as the Holbeins and the Pastelos. So in my pencil holder here, we have the Holbeins and the Pastelos. Not much difference from the top. They pretty much look the same. But are they? Well, I've already talked to you about the Pastelos and the Holbeins. The Pastelos and the Holbeins are very close together in color. The Pastelos are a bit harder. They're not as soft and silky as the Holbeins. Now, I do have a bit of a problem with the way that the Brutfuners are packaged. That's just a cardboard box with 2 sleeves in it. Now, I didn't have any breakage or anything like that, which was amazing since I ordered these off of AliExpress. But I was quite surprised when I opened the package because, yeah, they are identical, almost identical to, let's see, let's grab something that's close. So this one's the fuchsia, which should be this one. Nope, that's mauve. One over, one over. I went one too far. So we have fuchsia and we have fuchsia. Now the Holbein is a thicker barrel. The fuchsia is up here on the Brutfuners, where it's down here on the Holbeins. They've got 2 stars, and on the Holbeins I know the stars mean light fastness. I don't know what it means on the Macarons, the Brutfuners, because there's very little information. It just says they're blendable pencils, perfect coloring solution, rich vibrant pigments. The same thing that's pretty much on all of the Brutfuner colored pencils. That disclaimer, that information is standard for any of their products packaging. But they are the same length for their gold bands. The gold band themselves are the same width. The Holbeins have the number up closer to the band. The Brutfuners have it closer to the back side. And the writing on the front, where Holbeins has Japan there, they have Brutfuner. But even the way that they've done the Brutfuner colored pencils and the Holbeins artist colored pencils there is pretty close on as well. It definitely tricks your eye into believing that they're the same pencil. And the color of the lead is exactly the same. So I did do a swatching, and unfortunately the video didn't turn out. So I do have swatch sheets here, and we will take a look at them on the close-up camera. And I'm going to move these over here. And as you can see, I was playing, and it does stick them together pretty good. So I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera here. This is the Brutfuner cream. So everything on this side under Brut is Brutfuner. Everything under this side, which says Holb, is Holbein. So the cream and cream are identical. Let's turn this on so that you can see it a little bit better. Naples and Naples, identical. Apricot and Apricot. This one has a little bit more pink in it. but pretty darn close. Salmon is identical. Coral is identical. Pink is identical. Rose pink and rose pink are pretty dead on. Cosmos, fuchsia, mauve, rose gray, pretty dead on. Wisteria, smalt blue, lavender blue, forget-me-not, sax blue, sky blue, aqua blue, porcelain blue. Now there's a couple of different spelling errors in the Brutfuners as well. Like cream in the Brutfuners is gream. Um, yeah, ice green is lice green. Yeah. But the color is pretty dead on. Jade green, pretty dead on. Cobalt green, lettuce green, ivory, sand, beige, flesh, Joan brilliant, cork, peach, shell pink, ash rose. Now, the ash rose in the Brutfuners has a little bit more pink, more red in it than the ash rose from the Holbeins. Cherry blossom, sea fog, lilac, smoke blue, sky mist, horizon blue, caledon. Now, horizon blue, yeah, it's okay. I thought maybe this one was a little bit different, but it's not. Surf green, mint green, misty green, opal green. Now, the one that does have a lot of difference, like there's a huge difference here, is willow green and willow green. The willow green from the Brutfuner set has more yellow in it, so it's more of a brown green, where the Holbeins has a little bit more gray in it. So it's not identical on that one. Another one that I found, just moving my coffee out of the way here. Another one that I found was different was the olive yellow. This one has more yellow in it. This one has a little more green in it. So those are the two that are glaring differences. The rest of them just have a slight difference. And that's the Brutfuners and the Holbeins. Now, when I was swatching them, I did feel that the Brutfuners and Holbeins felt very, very similar. I was quite surprised with how similar the Brutfuners and the Holbeins felt. I also did the Brutfuners with the Pastel Love. Of course, I used the Holbein's names because the Pastel Love do not have any names on them, so I have renamed them. And I think I did pretty good on nailing everything on the names because they are pretty much identical all the way down the board. This coral is a little bit lighter, but I can't remember if I had to erase that one, so it might be a problem because I erased it. Same with the rose pink. There was a couple of them that I grabbed the wrong pencil and had to erase. But yeah, all the colors are pretty smack on. To the point of even over here, the difference between the willow green and the Brutfuner and the Pastelos willow grains are the same differences as are in the Holbeins. Same with the olive yellow. The difference between olive yellow and the Brutfuner of olive yellow are the same as the Holbeins. So I'm pretty sure that I actually was able to get the names of the Pastelos right. But we're talking about the Brutfuners, so let's do some work with the Brutfuners. and do a couple of comparisons between those and the Brutfuners and the Pastel. So let's grab a color. Let's grab this one, and this one. So I've got cream and green. Can you see that? Green. It does actually say green, honest. Cream, and of course the Pastel. So looking at the colors of the barrels, the Pastel does have a matte barrel where these don't. So the matte on this barrel does change its color a little bit. But looking at the leads, they're all pretty close together. The wood is all pretty close together. I got smuts on it, probably from the last time I sharpened it. All right, so let's, first of all, let's do a little bit of color comparison here. I think I need to zoom you out a little bit. I think I've got you zoomed in too far. Yes, there we go. That's helpful. There, now you can actually see what I'm doing. Ha ha ha. Isn't that fun? So we're going to take, first of all, we're going to take the Brutfuner. And this is the Brutfuner Green. And there's one layer, 2 layers. And it's really smooth. There's no scratch or anything. As you can see on the side of the pencil here, it's wearing it down quite quickly. This is only on 2.5 layers. And it's a very soft, smooth pencil. Okay, so there we have a good coverage. Now we're going to use the Holbein. And we're going to go right into the, and it feels just the same. Like it just feels the same. Wow. Look at that. Now this one is a bit darker, so I think I need to put another layer. I think I may not have put enough layers on for this one. There we go. That's better. So same color, once I put the darker layer on. I'm leaving that open there so that we can tell which one's which. And I'm actually going to grab one of my pretty pens. Oh, let's grab this one. I'm going to grab the holographic one. Isn't that cool? Alright, so we'll put Brut here, Holbein here, and then we're going to grab the Pastel, or Pastelov is the way it's pronounced. And it is a bit harder of a pencil. It still goes down smooth, but I can feel that it's going to take more layers to build up to that color of the other ones. So yeah, same color, but it took a couple more layers to build up to the same ones. So this is P. So let's do our first test while we're here. Oh, let's grab a brush from up here. There we go. Let's just throw it wherever. All right, so I've got some water here, and I've got a wet paintbrush. Brutfuner doesn't move. Holbein doesn't move. Pastel doesn't move. So they are water resistant with the pale yellows. Let's grab a darker color and try it again. Let's grab this one, which is rose gray. And we'll grab rose gray. That's mauve. That's rose gray. So 3 in, this one should be rose gray. Okay, so we've got all 3 rose grays. I'm going to sharpen the Brutfuner rose gray just so that it's equal. Okay, so sharpens beautifully as well. No major fallout. They all have that white undercoating under their paint as well. Okay, so let's start with the Brutfuner. Make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Now we don't have any deep reds or highly pigmented pencils in these sets, so the water test may not show us, well, they may be water resistant because of that, because they don't have a huge amount of pigment in it for it to run. So that's 2 and 3. Now, as you can see, there's a slight color difference. This one has a little more pink in it. This one has a little more gray in it. I'm just going to connect them just because, just to see. Yeah, this one, the Holbein has a little bit more gray look to it. All right, now let's do the Pastel Love, however you want to pronounce it. So there's our first layer. Now these ones are not as pigmented, so they do take a couple more layers to get up to the same pigmentation. And they are a little bit harder. 2. I think that's close to the same pigmentation. So they look more like the Holbeins than the Brutfuners do on this color. Again, we're going to take our water and it just beads up on it. Just beads right up on it. So both the Pastel, the Holbeins, or all 3, Pastel, Holbeins, and Brutfuners are water resistant, which is great. So let's put these ones back. Let's see, that one goes here. And green goes there. Green. Yeah, the spelling errors are a little bit off-putting, but you know, it's kind of funny too. And it's definitely one way to make sure that you have the right pencil going in the right spot. Especially if you keep all your pastel colors in one place. You know which one you're grabbing. All right, so let's try a smudge test. So let's take a blue. Now we know that let's see, maybe a green. Yeah, let's take a leaf green because it's quite pigmented. So this is leaf green from the Brutfuners. Now I've already previously tested the Pastelos and the Brutfuners, so I'm not going to retest those. But we're going to do a bit of a smudge test and see if this leaf green is smudgeable. Just putting down a good heavy set of layers to get that built up to the color we want it to be. Then we're going to take our brush off any excess, and not a movement. Not a single movement. So they are smudge proof. They do not smudge, which is fantastic. Now let's check the blendability. So let's grab, get in there. My desk is all funky, so I'm not on even surface, and it's saying, yeah, no, I don't want to. So let's grab our purples here. So we have the rose gray, wisteria, and the smalt blue. And we're going to blend those all together in a gradient fashion. I think that's the ones we want. All right. So we're going to start with the lightest color, which I do believe is the wisteria. And I'm just putting light layers down. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So I was really surprised at how close they are to the Brutfuners. Oh, we got a break edge. Oh no. Bummer. Well, now we got somebody at the door too. Hopefully they'll go away. Okay, so then we're going to go in with this one. Make sure that that's... Shiloh, that's enough. I'm telling you, I need a light. I need a light to tell people that I'm recording. So I should have done this one first, because it's the darkest. So we're not going to get a gradient here because... Shiloh, that's enough. Stop it. Because of the way that I went. But we'll see if we can blend it all together. So we're going to take the lightest one that we started with, and we're just going to blend it all together. And it does seem to blend it together quite nice. Able to build those colors up a little bit. And then this one. Now, with the Holbeins, they are a wax oil special hybrid. So I don't know if these are going to be the same mixture, but we're going to blend them and find out. Now I'm using the Derwent blender for the first part here, and I'm going against the grain. So I'm going against the way that I laid the pencil down, and it doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. So then we're going to do the Caran d'Ache, and it seems to do a little better, at least in moving the pigment together and filling in those white spots. So I would suggest, if you're going to be blending these with a blender pencil, that you use the Caran d'Ache over the Derwent. However, because they are Brutfuners, and a lot of times the Brutfuners are an oil-based pencil, it is of course best to build that color. So it's best to layer them to get the color that you want to get. And then we'll take the lightest here. And then we'll go with the darkest. And just building that color with the pencils in different layers, bringing them together will give you your 3-color blend, your gradient blend there. Now I just grabbed the wrong pencil. It's supposed to be this one. And this one goes here. So I did have one pencil break on sharpening, which of course is one that I'm using. So far, I've had one pencil break. Now the Brutfuners, in comparison to the Holbeins, is so much cheaper. So if you want a really nice set of the Macaron colors, of course, there's several different really nice ones out there. These ones here by far are the closest in feel, texture, laydown, and color to the Holbeins that I found. The Pastelos, even though they are closer to the color of the Holbein in many instances, their laydown is very different. So when you lay down a Pastelo, so let's grab this one. It's a little bit harder and a little bit less pigmented. So you have to build that color up a lot more and a lot longer than you do with the Brutfuners. If you're using a heavy hand, of course you don't have to do that, but if you do that with an oil-based pencil, you're going to run out of tooth really quick. So which one is this? Wisteria, which is the darkest one here. Yeah. Nope, the lightest. So as you can see with the Brutfuner, I'm getting a good layer of pigment right away in comparison to the Pastel Love. I keep on calling them Pastelo because that's the wordage. And now I can build the Pastel Love up to that color, but it does take longer and more layers. Where it takes less layers, definitely way less layers with the Holbein and much less layers with the Brutfuner. And putting them up against each other side by side. This is Wisteria and this is Wisteria. Right on top of each other like this. The Brutfuner Wisteria has a little more pink in it than the Pastelo Wisteria. And it just may be my eyesight, because if I look at it a different way, no, it's still got a little bit more pink in it. So there's a little bit more blue in the Brutfuners and a little more pink in the Pastel Love. But once again, they blend together to create one gradient color there instead of, with choppy lines. Same here, they blend together without that choppy line, which is great. All right, so I'm going to switch you over to the main camera again, and I'm going to turn this light off so that you're not blinded by it. So under the main camera, which picks up color a lot easier, of course we did a water test on these two here, and neither one of them move anywhere with water. We did a smudge test on this one here, and they don't smudge. We did a gradient with the Caran d'Ache as well as the Derwent blender stick here for bringing those colors together and creating that 3-color blend. The Caran d'Ache stick worked better than the Derwent blender. This one here is blended by layering, moving those colors together in layer by layer by layer. And as you can see, the line is not there at all. It's just basically blended together into one. This one here is a comparison between the Brutfuner and the Pastel Love, just to see how many layers and what the color difference is. The Pastel Love, which one was I using? Oh, the Brutfuner has more blue in it than the Pastel Love. Pastel Love has a bit of pink in it. I do believe that's, nope, the other way around. This one's the Pastel Love, this one's the Brutfuner. So the Brutfuner has more red, where the Pastel Love has more blue. Excuse me. Sorry about that. A tickle in my throat. So, in conclusion of the testing as well as the swatching and the visual inspection of the pencils themselves, in the price difference between the Pastel Love and the Brutfuners, the Pastel Love were, I think, $17 with shipping, or without shipping, so that's 17 for the Pastel Love. Brutfuners are, or not Brutfuners, the Holbeins are really expensive. Let's look at these pencils in price wise, just to verify how much I paid for them. Maybe. Come on. You can do it. There you go. So I paid $17.52. So $18 for the Brutfuners. So about the same price as the Pastel Love, which is great. So budget-wise, let's look at the Holbein Macaron. So they're approximately 100 and there we go. All right. Okay, so that's only 12. Let's see. So they're $157 for the Holbeins. Wow. 157.98. These ones I rounded up, so this one I'll round up too. So $158 for the Holbeins. Ouch. That's a little high. So that's on Blix. So we'll grab our calculator here. 158 divided by 50 equals $3.16 per pencil. Where, let's do 18 divided by 50. This one here is 36 cents a pencil. And this one will be even cheaper because it was 17 divided by 50 pencils. So that one's 34. So 34 cents a pencil, 36 cents a pencil, and $3.16 a pencil. Now the Holbeins has the guarantee. Well, not even that anymore because they don't state that they. There's all sorts of different things about the Holbeins light fast, but I'm going to say they're light fast. These ones no and no. These have the Holbein mixture. These ones we don't know. You know, there's a lot of unknowns between the Holbeins and the Brutfuners and the Pastel Love. The one thing I will say is they're almost dead on for all of the colors. There's a couple of colors that are a little bit slightly off on. And for the price of them, to be honest, the Brutfuners, they feel exactly the same. They look the same. The colors are quite almost identical. There's, like I said, a couple that are a little bit different. But for my money, if I had to buy the Holbeins again, because I don't do fine art, I don't do artwork that I'm hanging on a wall. No, I wouldn't buy them again. I love them. I think they're a fantastic set of pencils. But if I was to say use up all my Macaron pencils, would I buy a new set of Macaron pencils? No, I wouldn't. Because I could buy a Holbein set, a Brutfuner set, and have the exact same colors as the Holbein set. I'm using them in a coloring book. I'm not worried about whether or not I'm going to hang this on the wall and have sunlight hitting it or, you know, atmospheric light hitting it for it to fade. So personally, I think that the Brutfuners, as well as the Pastel Love, I really actually like the Pastel Love. I like the hardness of them, especially when I'm doing really small details because I can sharpen them really, really, really finely. But otherwise, I think they're pretty much exactly the same colors. They were able to match those colors in both sets almost dead on. The Pastel Love are more of a full match to the Holbeins, I think. Yeah, they're pretty close. I think there was a couple that were slightly different between them, and I'm just trying to pick them out here. And I can't see them anymore. So the Holbeins have a little bit more of a brilliant, brighter color in some of the brighter colors when it comes to putting the pressure on them. But that's just because of the different wax mixture, the different core mixture. That's the word I'm looking for. Between it and the um, Pastel Love. So personally, um, in my opinion, I would definitely say don't waste your money. If you are a colorist, coloring books, if you are on a budget and want a really pretty set of pencils that pretty much are next to none to the Holbeins, which is one of the top of the line manufacturers for artist supplies. These are professional artist grade supplies, um, from what I understand. I don't know. I'm not a professional artist. I'm just going by what people tell me. Um, they're supposed to be light fast. They're definitely waterproof. They're definitely smudge proof. I proved that. I can't prove at this point whether or not they're light fast because it's winter. We don't have enough light here. Um, and I don't hang my art, so I can't really. But um, yeah, personally, I would buy the Brutfuner over the Holbein. Absolutely. If I had, if I did not have the sale that I had when I bought the Holbeins, I wouldn't have bought them. I found them for a massively good deal. Um, they were almost cheaper than just the Macaron set is now. So yeah, and I got the full 150 set. So if I did not find them on that deal, I would not have bought them because they are, in my opinion, overpriced at this point, especially in the US market. Um, there's no way I would pay $500 or $600 for 150 colored pencils. Even $400 is a little too much. So, in my honest, personal, just my opinion, this is not anything but my opinion. I did purchase these pencils with my own money, so it is 100% my opinion. The Brutfuner wins hands down. They are easier to access than the Pastel. They are more pigmented than the Pastel. The Pastel you can get there, but they're a harder pencil, so they do have to build up to that color. Um, and they're smooth. They're just as smooth and just as soft as the Holbeins. So yeah, for me, Brutfuners all the way. But I never doubt of Brutfuner. I love my Brutfuners. I have so many different sets of Brutfuners that it's kind of ridiculous. But I just love them. All right, guys. So that is the end of the testing, swatching, and all that fun stuff that we're going to do with the Brutfuner Pastel um, Macaron set. I will be coloring something with these, possibly later on this evening or whatnot, but that will be done in Discord. So if you want to join me in Discord, there is a couple of live channels in the Discord where you can jump in and sit and chat. And if you want to watch me color, or if you want to color with me, if you want to sit there and swatch and just hang out, feel free to do so. Of course, the Discord information is in the About section below the video. Yeah, other than that, guys, not much more to say. Brutfuners or Holbeins? I would rather pay a tenth or 100th. I'd rather pay 36 cents a pencil than $3.60 a pencil. My and they're identical. There's very little variation between the two. Willow green is a little bit more gray in the Holbeins. Uh, Olive yellow is a little bit more yellow in the Holbeins. Other than that, you can't really tell the difference. Add a bit more yellow. You'll be fine. All right, guys. With that, I want to say thank you very much for watching. Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to purchase these lovely, lovely pens, I will leave a link. However, the coupon is no longer available. I will leave a link for the coupon for the Indras. I will leave the link for this. The Indra coupon will be in the Indra video, so there will be several videos today. So hopefully not all this long. But yeah, so we will be doing a few different videos. The Indra video will be fairly short. We will do the swatch. We will do a couple of tests on them, but they are watercolor pencil, and I don't have any books or papers or anything that are prepped for watercolor. I'll do a couple of little small test areas on things, but I will not do a full coloring with them. So we'll just do a couple of little test bits. All right, guys, with that, I want to say thank you all very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not already a subscriber to the channel, just hit that subscribe button. I put out a video every day, and on Happy Mail days, sometimes 2 or 3 or 4 or, however many. And of course, I am live on Wednesdays and Saturdays. We do have special guests and special events and different things in the community that I do try to participate in. So if you want to hang out and participate in some of those events, feel free to do so. Always be kind to each other, and most importantly of all is relax, color, and stay safe. Thank you all very much for watching. You have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye for now.